Howdy. Tonight we're going to be preparing 4 different things from John Wayne's Comfort Classic official cookbook. So, let me throw up your timestamps. Let's get to it. As you can see, we have a lot going on tonight. So, we're seeing how you have dessert last. We're going to start with it first. Born May 26, 1907 in Winterset, Iowa, Marion Morrison, professionally known as John Wayne or the Duke, was an American icon who became popular during Hollywood's golden age doing war and Western films. For John Wayne, a good meal meant more than just good food. It was a chance to relax after a long day, spend time with friends and family, and enjoy simple pleasures in life. John Wayne would die of stomach cancer on June 11, 1979 in Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center, Los Angeles, California. John Wayne's last words on screen would be, "This is my birthday. Give me the best whiskey in the house." Thank you, sir. From the film The Shoot Us, where the main character, played by John Wayne, was also dying of cancer. Alright, we need 1 tablespoon butter, and we're going to use that to grease the 12-inch pan. You do not have a 12-inch, this is a 13, but we will make it work. Alright, now we need to add 6 large eggs. I don't think I said what we're making, but this is going to be a chocolate bread pudding. 6. Now we need to add chocolate milk, and I believe that was 3 cups. Three cups chocolate milk. We need to add half a cup coffee, but I just poured it so it's still hot, so we're going to let that cool because we don't accidentally cook our eggs. So while that's cooling, we need to add brown sugar, cream, vanilla extract. So brown sugar. We need to add half a cup of light brown sugar. So half a cup light brown sugar, heavy whipped cream. We need 1/4 cup of that. a vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of that. I am so properly and prepared. Alright, and then once our coffee is cold, it's half cup coffee, and then we're gonna whisk that all together. And you don't need to watch me do that. So, see you in a bit. Okay, now that we have that whisked nicely, we need 4 tablespoons unsweetened cocoa powder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then once we get that mixed in, we need 1 whole loaf white bread cut into inch blocks. And I don't think you want to watch me cut this entire loaf into inch blocks. So I'll do that off camera. Once we have it cut up, we need to stir and let it sit into this for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then we need to add it to our baking pan where we will distribute, well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I'll bring you back. Okay, here we are. We have it mixed. Now, let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes. Stir occasionally. Pour mixture into pan. And then distribute 1 cup of semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate chips. And then let it bake for an hour. So, in 15 to 20 minutes, we're going to dump this in here. Add our chocolate chips. Let it bake for an hour. So, while we're waiting on dessert to get into the oven, we need 1 pound jalapenos, because now we're going to do jalapeno poppers. We need to cut these in half, scrape out the seeds and veins. So, I'm just going to do 1, and then I'm going to do the rest off camera. I mean, I guess if you want it spicy, you can leave the seeds in, but we're just going to follow the recipe. So, there's 1. I'm going to do the rest off camera, and I'll bring you back. Okay, peppers are deveined and deseeded. Now we need cream cheese, 8 ounces, so 1 whole block at room temperature. And this is probably just better than mixed by hand, if anything. So, hope you don't mind getting a little dirty. Not one thing, it's another. Okay. Now we need cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar it says. We need 2 cups of that. Now let me go clean myself off real quick. Pause. And we're back. So, 2 cups sharp cheddar cheese. One. Two. All right. Now mayo, and for mayo we need 1/4 cup mayo. And now we're gonna mix this in, and we're gonna put that inside of our peppers. So I'm gonna mix this, stuff the pepper, and we'll go on from there. So it's been 20 minutes. Let's add our pudding mixture in. Spread that out as much as we can. And we're going to add 1 cup chocolate chips to the surface. Now we're going to bake this at 325 for an hour. Okay, so we need 1 1/4 cup of Panko breadcrumbs. 1 cup. About 1/4. Okay, cool. Now we need a small bowl. I chose the cup. 2 eggs, a little bit of water. We're going to whisk that up. And this will help the panko stick to the pepper. Let me grab the shell. We don't want shell fragments. One of these days I will invest in a whisk. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do the one, and I'm going to do the rest off screen. Pepper, our cream cheese, mayo, and cheddar. I'm going to fill this cavity, not too much, because we still have other peppers to do. Dip one end in, flip it around, dip the other end in, roll it. Put it in the tray. Alright, that's one. I'm going to do the rest off screen. Okay, we have our dessert baking, our appetizers. Now we're going to do a side. We're going to put these in the oven for about 30 minutes, so they should be done by the same time our pudding is done. Okay, we need 4 medium potatoes. They say russet. I, however, got golden. I think it's just a preference of anything. It says prepare the grill for indirect heat. We're just going to throw them in the oven, so we're going to ignore that. Cut into 12 pieces each potato. And they want us to microwave them for about 10 minutes after that. So I'll show you the one, and then I'll do the rest off camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. That's 1 potato. Okay. Okay, so while our potatoes are being microwaved, we need 1/2 cup melted butter, which I did that. 2 tablespoons freshly chopped chives. So here's my tablespoon, here's my chives. Probably a little on the big side, but toodaloo. So there's 1, 2. We need garlic powder, salt, and pepper. We need 1 teaspoon garlic powder. One teaspoon salt. and then half a teaspoon pepper. Alright, we're going to mix that together, and then now we're just putting it on the microwave. Okay, so with our potatoes, we got about 8 slices of potato. Now we need to more or less reassemble it into this foil here, and then we need to butter it. But instead of trying to reassemble a whole potato, I'm just going to fork out 8 pieces. There's 1. I don't have a basting brush, so I'm using a never used paintbrush. I know, ghetto, but beats quitting. I'm too far now to quit. So there's 1, and put it on the grill for about 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna fork over 8 pieces, butter them up as best as I can, and then bake them for 30. Okay, so our potatoes are basted, they're assembled, our appetizer and dessert are done. Now we're gonna throw this in, and then we're gonna start the main. Alright, so we have 8 pork chops, but we need 1.5 cups flour. Unfortunately, all I have is unbleached all-purpose flour. It's just gonna have to do the job though. So 1.5 cups flour. Okay, 1.5 teaspoon of paprika. Oh man, that's how I break a nail. 1 and a half. Then after that, I need 1 teaspoon pepper and 1.5 teaspoons salt. One teaspoon pepper, 1.5 teaspoons salt, okay, so there's that now. Mix this up. Alright, so dry the pork chops well with a paper towel. Combine the flour, salt, pepper, and paprika. Dredge the pork chops in the mixture and place on a clean plate. Gotta go get a clean plate. Okay, clean plate. Alright, so that's 1 pork chop. I'm going to do it to the remaining 7, and I'll bring you back. Okay, so now we need a large skillet. They said cast iron pan. I don't have one. We need to add 4 tablespoons olive oil, then 4 tablespoons butter. Let that melt in there, and then we'll fry up our pork chops. So that's 3, 4. Now butter. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work either, so that's a stupid idea. That's just an accident waiting to happen. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we're going to let that melt. Fry up our pork chops. So I'll bring you back. Alright, so as you can see, our butter is melted. We want us to cook our pork chops 2 at a time. Probably get a lid for this. said to brown 2 to 3 minutes each side, but there's more we're going to do later. So once all of the pork chops are fried up, I'm going to bring you back and we'll continue on to the next step. So with all of our pork chops fried, we need 2 1/4 cups milk, 3 tablespoons of our flour mixture, and 3 more tablespoons of butter. One, 2, 3. And we are to whisk this until it gets thick and then serve it on top of our pork chops. Okay, here we are. Our pork chop has gravy, half of our potatoes have gravy, jalapeno poppers, dessert, and I decided instead of just water or alcohol, we're gonna have coffee. I mean, I made a whole pot for the bread, so I might as well drink it, right? Alright. Let's start with the pork chop. It's cooked all the way through. That's excellent. But having gravy on it, so let's get a piece that has gravy on it. That is also really good. Some potatoes without gravy first. That's awesome. Now with gravy. That's even better. Jalapeno popper. It's a little warm. Actually, I take that back. It's a lot of warm, but it has a good crunchy taste. And now, bread pudding. That is excellent. Overall, I'm going to say this turned out really well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you give this a try. And until next time. Oh, what's your favorite John Wayne movie? Mine's True Grit. Now, until next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button. If you have any suggestions or criticisms, leave a comment. And if you want to stay tuned for my next project, don't forget to click that subscribe icon and ring that bell. So, until our next project, have a beautiful day.